Quit worrying about being scammed because you're already being scammed anyway. That's what I'm going to talk about. A little bit of a cryptic title for this video, but it'll make sense in a little bit. But first, please, I need your validation. So if you are on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. It takes 2 seconds. Hit the notification bell. It takes half a second. All other platforms, like and comment, could take anywhere from half a second to 30 seconds at most for a thoughtful comment. Okay. You guys need to quit worried about being scammed. I've noticed, I'm thinking about attitudes of people who end up being successful versus those who don't. And I've noticed there's a particular type of person who is likely never to get traction, right? This is the type of person who is always on the lookout for a scam. Meanwhile, they've been getting scammed their entire life, right? So something like online education. I don't offer any big, expensive, high-ticket online courses or anything like that. It's just not the way I currently run my shop, but I've taken them. I've taken several. I've invested, at this point, tens and thousands of dollars into my own education, and it has paid off. I'll tell you the story. I was telling it a little bit on my Snapchat story. I was dead broke at the time. My mother of my child at the time was pregnant. We were living with her parents, paying no rent because we essentially couldn't afford to. And I made what some might consider a foolhardy decision and purchased an online course called Self-Publishing School that teaches you how to write, publish, and promote your own books on Amazon. Paid $1,000 for the course. $1,000 for the course when I was broke. Really, maybe shouldn't have been buying it in the first place. But why did I do it? Because at that point, I'd already been working on things for a little bit and I had some momentum going. I really just wanted things to click. But it just came down to the attitude. In my mind, I looked at them I am broke right now, but in the grand scheme of things, if this works out, $1,000 is nothing. Even if I got scammed and I lost all that money, in my mind, that equation felt better than staying content, staying broke, staying in that situation where I couldn't take care of the people around me. So I went ahead and did something risky. And I'm not the type of person to talk about how much money I make, but I will tell you that investing that $1,000 into learning how to write a book was a very good investment. It taught me how to write my first book, my second, my third one's coming out. For $1,000, I learned a skill that I can use to sustain myself quite well, mind you, for the rest of my life. I buy books constantly. I'm at the point now where if I see books, I just buy them. I don't question anything. I have a business coach. I have taken online courses that cost multiple thousands of dollars. And every single time, almost, it has come back to fruition in a good way. Because I'm not worried about being scammed. I don't come through life with that attitude. You know what kind of attitude people who worry about getting scammed? They're fear-based in their mindset. They are victim-based in their mindset. When you're a victim and fear-based person, you assume bad things are going to happen. When you're confident and optimistic, your first instinct isn't to worry about the downside of a situation. Your first instinct is to look for the upside. Right? So I've always kind of been an optimistic person, which is why certain things, certain vices, are actually bad for me. I don't gamble because I always think I'm going to win. So I don't do certain things because, I just have always looked at myself as somebody who was going to be a winner in life somehow, someday. So I am not really a very risk averse person. I'm fine with taking chances because I realize that you can't get anything that you truly want in this life without taking some sort of risk. Actually, the funny thing about it is the people who they worry so much about being scammed, like God forbid you spend $15 on a book that could change your life. God forbid you buy a plane ticket and go to a self-help seminar or a business seminar. God forbid you take an online course that could potentially change your life. No, none of those options. All of those options are scams, but the way you're living your life, no scams at all. You paid tens and thousands of dollars to go to a college that makes you what? 40, 50K? Not a scam at all. No, not a scam. You pay $1,000 for the new model of the iPhone every time it comes out, even though the iPhone model has pretty much been the same since like the iPhone 6. No, that's not a scam. You are stuck in all sorts of debt because you want to keep up with the Joneses and impress the people around you who you don't even like. Mortgages, car notes, consumer debt, American dream. That's not the scam, right? That's the legit stuff. Paying all of this money for an education and logos and keeping up with the Joneses, and you look out, are the mass, like, just let's be honest, are the masses of people, do they look happy to you? Are you happy with your decisions, right? Because once you make those decisions, you don't want to feel like you've been scammed when you made those decisions. It's confirmation bias. Once you've made the decision, you don't want to feel like it's a bad one. But then people are all head on a swivel, like looking out for scams from people who are just creating products that could help you. Now, that being said, without question, there is a bevy of scammers on the internet who would love nothing more than to sell you bullshit products and take your money and leave you with no education. That definitely happens. But hey, guess what? You're an adult. You, by now, should have learned critical thinking skills. Almost all of these courses have money back guarantees, 30 days, sometimes 60 days. There's really no risk except for you risking your ego. Everything I talk about on this channel, ego, fear, lizard brain, cave person brain, wanting to stay safe, wanting to avoid pain. And like I've always said, self-improvement is not easy in the slightest. You're going to have to combat essentially a brain environment in entire society that is predicated on you not succeeding. So I'm not here to beat you up about not following through because it's just difficult. But you have to open up your mind to the possibility that maybe some people are out there trying to help you, right? So for example, I post a lot of videos, content, blogs for free. And then I'm like, okay, give me $20 for a book. You know, I've created thousands and millions of words of free content, hours and hours of free video. All right, maybe this $20 book, you know, the price of 2 Chipotle burritos might be able to help you. Like maybe your life is worth 2 Chipotle burritos. Like maybe. Is your life worth 2 Chipotle burritos? That's a good way to frame it. Like, is your life worth 2 Chipotle burritos? Do you value yourself as much as 2 tortillas with meat and cheese and salsa and sour cream wrapped up, you know, that you would love to shove into your mouth on the weekends while you go and spend $100 to $200 out at the bar with your $1,000 iPhone, talking about you don't want to be scammed? Come on, man. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it at that. You 2.0 is the book. Cost about the price of 2 Chipotle burritos. All platforms, please like, comment, subscribe, share the love. I will see you next time.